Hare Krishna. Good morning. We are
जी
offering our humble obeisances to the Lordships, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramaya ji and Sudarshan ji, Shri Gaurnitai ji, Shri Vaman Dev ji, and we'll start our prayers. Om Adnyantimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are seeing the second chapter and we are towards the end of the second chapter. Only last 8 to 9 verses remaining. We are on the verse number 2.64. So second chapter is contents of the Gita summarized, and this is the Sankhya Yoga complete summary of the Gita Krishna has given here in this chapter. So we'll see 64th shloka. First we'll see the shloka, then why the shloka is there, and we'll see the details of the shloka. Ragadvesha vimuktaistु vishayanindriyaicharan atmavashairvideyatma prasadam adhigacchati. So here I will like to see the word to word translation because it's important words here in this verse. Raga means attachment, dvesha means detachment, so aversion. Vimuktai, by one who has become free from, to, but. Vishayan, sense objects. Indriyai, by the senses. Charan, acting upon. Atmavash, under one's control. Videyatma, one who follows regulative principles of freedom. Prasadam, the mercy of the Lord. And Adhigachati, attends. And the translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But a person free from all attachment and aversion, and he is able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom, can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. This is very important verse in the Bhagavad Gita, and it tells about how to attain the mercy of the Lord. So we'll see in detail, we'll discuss about this more. So first of all, the second chapter, it's divided into like 4 parts. If you see the acronym which is given, that is Gita. So Gita first 10 verses are related to Guru, how the disciple should be, and how he can find the Guru, how he can submit the Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho swabhav in that verse. Then it's identity. Then Krishna explains about the real identity of the soul. Then Krishna gives like till from 11th verse to 30th verse, 20 verses, he gives the identity of the soul. Like how they Sminiyata, they Vasatsi Jirnari. There are many shlokas we have seen. Then in the third part, that is two dharmas, like what is the Swadharma of the soul and what is the Sanatan Dharma. Like soul individual, how he can work for it himself and his family members, and how he can work for the spiritual, what is the importance for the spiritual duties. And then this part of this chapter, second chapter, that is the last part, that is called as Atmarama. So after explaining, Krishna explaining everything related to the soul and everything related to the person who is situated in Krishna consciousness, then Arjuna asks in 2.54 that what are the symptoms, Tita Pragyashaka Bhasha, like what are the symptoms of, Arjuna asked 4 questions there. Like he asked, what are the general symptoms of Stita Pragya, how does he speaks, how he control his senses, and how does he walk, means how does he engage his senses. And then Krishna answers each question separately in the verse 2.55, 56, 57, and from 58 to 63 he answers like how he controls the senses. Like, and the last 2 verses were so important, 2.62 63, like dhyayato vishayan punsa sangaste supajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodho vijayate, then krodhat bhavati sammohat smriti vibra smriti vanchat buddhinashat pranashati. So these 2 verses Krishna tells clearly that how the Sthita Pragya, the one who is situated in Krishna consciousness, can control his senses. Now from the 2.64 he started answering the last question of Arjuna, that how does he he walk? Means how he engages his senses. So in this verse, Krishna explains like what happens when person engage his senses in the yeah uh, yeah. So, but a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Yes. So, in these words, Krishna explains that how we can attain the mercy of the Lord. Prabhupada gives so many good examples and good points in the purport that how one can attain the mercy of the Lord. So, it is here first explained that what happens when person tries to engage his senses and how should he engage his senses. So, like see in the verse also it is good, raga dvesha vimuktestu, how one can free from the attachment and detachment, aversions. Like raga means attachment, dvesha means detachment, like aversions. So how one can be free from this attachment and detachment in the material world. So one who engages his senses only for pleasure. So in the, I like to share the screen where Krishna explains. Yeah. So it is already explained that one may may externally control his senses by some artificial process. But unless the senses are engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, there is every chance of fall. So Prabhupada is explaining here very clearly that only when a person is engaging his senses in the service of Lord, then only it will be possible to elevate. Otherwise, there is every chance of falling down. So we will read the purport also by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Although the person in full Krishna consciousness may apparently be on the sensual plane, because of his being Krishna conscious, he has no attachment to a sensual activities. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. Therefore, he is transcendental to all attachment and detachment. So here it is very important. Prabhupada is and mentioning that Krishna conscious person is only his business is related to what Krishna wants. And the next sentence is very nice. Prabhupada is giving that uh, Krishna conscious person, like he does all the activities. He's transcendental to all the attachment and detachments. He's not attached, not attached to anyone, detached to everything. If Krishna wants, what he does, if Krishna wants, the devotee can do anything which is ordinarily undesirable. And if Krishna does not want, he shall not do that which he would have ordinarily done for his own satisfaction. So, very important sentence this is. Everyone should remember this in the heart, and we should try to follow this because here Krishna is telling, Prabhupada is telling that a person who is in Krishna conscious or Sthita Pragya, his mood is like this. What is his mood? I don't like this. If I don't like this activity, particular activity, but if Krishna wants, then I'm ready to do this activity. So if a Krishna wants, and even I don't want, but I will be ready to do that activity. And uh, if Krishna doesn't want, and even if he likes or I like that activity to do, but I will not do that activity. I think it is clear, but I will repeat. Like if an activity, if I don't like this particular activity, but Krishna wants me to do this activity, I will do it. And if Krishna don't like this activity, and even if I want to do that activity for my own satisfaction, I will never do that activity. So this is the sum and substance like we have to follow in our spiritual life, so that we can understand which is the correct thing, which is the exact thing we can do, like which is the activity we can do. Therefore, here it is, Prabhupada is mentioning, therefore, to act or not means where to act, when, where not to act. We face so many situations in our life. We were confused. Like we are used to get confused. Like, oh, should I speak at this time or should I be quiet? Yeah. Sometimes we feel that silence is the best answer to give. But at the same time, some situations in our life, we should give the answer, because if you don't give, people will take in a wrong way. So here, when a person is really situated in Krishna consciousness, when he will understand. So our consciousness is has to be synced with the Krishna's desires and Krishna. And when it will be, when we are purely, when we are totally deeply situated in Krishna consciousness, when we are very particular, very deeply situated in our sadhana, in our process of devotional service, then it is absolutely possible. Therefore, to act or not, Prabhupada is mentioning here, to act is within his control, but he acts only under the direction of Krishna. So when our consciousness, when our inner self is connected to the Krishna, we will feel, yes, yeah, we will experience those vibes. Yes, I can act, and only in the direction of Krishna. When Krishna, super soul, directs the soul, that time he can act in that activity. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord. Everyone can't get it. It's a causeless mercy of the Lord, which the devotee can achieve in spite of his being attached to the sensual platform. Everyone can't get it, but everyone can get it if when he can get it, when a causeless mercy of Lord, anyone can get it. Even though we have so many, this last statement is very hope giving. Yes, even though we have so many wrong activities, or we have done so many sinful activities, but this is possible to achieve the mercy or to get the mercy of the Lord. Yeah, prasadam adhikachati. In the shloka, it is explained like, yes, we can get the one, yeah, prasadam adhikachati, one who controls his senses and one who is synced to the direction of Krishna, he only can get the mercy of the Lord. So here, this is very nice mood, that if Krishna wants, then I can do. If Krishna don't want, I will not do. So that is very, very simple and very safe in Krishna consciousness. And it is very nice mood to a Krishna conscious person. And this freedom, which is here Prabhupada is telling, that is freedom of regulative principles. Many times we feel that, oh, ISKCON means so many rules and regulations. No, no, no. These rules and regulations are there, and these rules and regulations are called as freedom, like principles of freedom. Yeah, why it is freedom? Because if we follow these regulative principles, we will be relaxed in our life. Otherwise, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Even Newton has given the third law. So to act or not, whatever we are acting, if that activity is Krishna consciousness, no need to fear of the reactions. So that's the freedom of principles of freedom. Yes, and the four regulative principles which we follow in our ISKCON, and which we follow in our society, that is no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. These all free principles, four regulative principles, are principles of freedom, which Prabhupada talks here. So, and in our activity, in our day-to-day activity, also we can see this, or we can apply this, because there is no need to change our activities in Krishna consciousness. Our activities, we can keep it as it is. Only internal mood has to be changed. So a devotee can see, like in the last verse, Prabhupada is explaining in last para, that last verse purport, that if a Krishna conscious person knows how to use everything in the service of the Lord, even Prabhupada has given many times. Prabhupada used to say, like, utility is the principle. So where we use, like, Krishna conscious person who is perfectly situated in Krishna consciousness, he can know how to use the best. So best use of bad bargain, like that. Some verses are there. So a Krishna conscious person can use all his time, all his energy in the service of the Lord, in the service of the devotees, and we can also apply this in our life. So whatever our capacity is there, with that capacity we should try to serve the Lord, and try to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and try to serve his devotees. Basically, when Lord is pleased, when the devotees are pleased, then the Lord is pleased. So we will pray for everyone to follow this in our day-to-day life, and we will progress together. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If any questions are there,